Ghostbusters 2. Yes, I'm concluding my series of Ghostbusters reviews with the sequel, which this is actually a pretty short segment of reviews since there are only two movies. Unfortunately, there's not a third Ghostbusters movie. Unfortunately. Since the first Ghostbusters movie was a big hit, a sequel had to be made when Ghostbusters 2 came out in summer 1989, had the original cast back in this movie, which was a great thing, and I've been noticing nowadays, a lot of people seem to bash Ghostbusters 2 for its lighthearted tone, being too silly and too cartoonish. Then since the first film was more of a dark comedy, more of a supernatural film, and this film being more too kiddie-ish in a way. I don't mind silly humor in movies as long that it's funny. I don't mind silly humor if it's funny. If the silly humor is not funny, then okay, I will bash it. But Ghostbusters 2 seems to get a lot of harsh reviews from people now, but I don't see why, because this, in my opinion, is an underrated sequel. Don't get me wrong, this is not a perfect movie at all. I do have some problems with this movie, with the villain, all the stuff that's going on in this movie. I do have a lot of problems with Ghostbusters 2. But Ghostbusters 2 is one of those sequels that kind of dumbs down the tone from the original. Just like Gremlins 2, Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Both of them! I don't mind the silliness in this movie because the cast, just like in the first film, works very well together. You can definitely feel the chemistry in this film, just like in the first film. And this is exactly what I love about these first two Ghostbusters movies, that the cast have wonderful chemistry. You can feel the camaraderie with these four main members of the Ghostbusters, even Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis, even though they're not part of the Ghostbusters team. All six of them have great chemistry. All six of them, especially the scene in the law court where the ghost was attacking everybody, and then Peter, Ray, and Egon get out their proton packs. Peter went Doe, and then Ray went Ray, to Egon went Egon, and they look at the Egon like, really, man? And then Egon was like, yeah, man, I'm Egon. That is what I call chemistry. You got these three funny guys who work with each other for years and have an awesome funny scene like that, then A++ for that. Also, a very young Bobby Brown is in this movie. For some reason, I'm fascinated by that. Another funny scene that I did like in this film is that when Winston, Ray, and Egon are in the sewer, because the plot of this film is that there's this pink slime that's all over around the city, and they're trying to get the slime out so they can obviously save the world, and they see a ghost train, and then Winston starts screaming. Everybody starts screaming, then it goes through them. They're like, it's just a ghost train. I was like, oh my god, you guys are just cracking me up so hard. I mean, they saw the ghost, they thought it was an actual train that just went through them. They're like, oh, it's just a ghost train. And the scene where all of them were talking trash to the pink slime so it would get bigger was also pretty hilarious. But like I said earlier, I have problems with this movie, and that is the villain, Fiegel. I thought he was a silly villain in this movie, and that's how I describe this movie, silly, fun. But the villain was very, I wasn't feeling the villain in this movie, especially his henchman. Fiegel, come on, my lord. I'm just like, oh my god, this movie was doing okay, it was doing good at first. But now, as soon as they showed the villain, I'm like, oh my god, like the villain was so bad in this movie. I thought that they could have had a better villain in this movie than some silly painting and his stupid henchman. Also, by the end of the final act, Spengler becomes a Ghostbuster, and he helps defeat the villain in this movie. And I'm like, really, Spengler is now a Ghostbuster? Like I said earlier, I don't hate this movie. I think it's an underrated sequel, but there are a lot of problems in this movie that I can see why some people don't like this movie. That I know it can be very silly sometimes. I know the villain can be a little cheesy. And the pink slime subplot in this film is very also silly too. But I don't mind it because the cast was great. I love almost everybody in this movie. So Ghostbusters 2 is an example of an underrated sequel, in my opinion. My honest grade for Ghostbusters 2 is an A-. And I'm not afraid to voice my own opinion on things, and that is my honest grade for Ghostbusters 2. So what do you think of Ghostbusters 2 in the comment section down below? I will be back for my review of Supergirl. And I watched that movie. I watched it. But anyways, guys, if you are new to my channel, and if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.